Hey, Dub. Hey, Dub. Come on, Dub. Hi, friends. Meet Toby. He is a beautiful dog. Love him so much. He's young. And one of my trips to Mexico, I found him. I want you to look at his front teeth real quick. Look at his front bottom teeth. See, they are broken to the gum. Well, I I went to a mechanic's place down there, and I found him by accident in the corner of this field where the shop was. And he came out from behind a rock, and he had this huge chain around him. And I thought, oh my God, he's going to attack me. He came out real low to the ground, and I was nervous. And come to find out, I took a better look, and that chain was embedded deep in his neck all the way around, and he had a big lock at the bottom of the chain. And I mean, this chain was thick. Hey, baby, you good boy, Tobes. You good boy. So, anyway, I told him, my Spanish is not great, but I told him, get the chain off of him. I was horrified. And he took the chain off. And when he did, he pulled it out of his skin real slow. And the blood and the pus just hit the ground. Hey, baby, you good boy. And so I was just horrified. I just couldn't believe it. And it was like he reacted like if he was just born or something. I mean, he just was ecstatic, and he started running around and like just so excited, and he was just, it broke my heart. He had been miserable. I asked him, how long had you had the chain? ¿Cuántos años el chano, on the perro? How many years have you had the chain on the dog? And he said 6 months, but I don't believe that. I think what had happened, that he had put that chain on around him when he was small, and he grew into it, as it was completely sunk in all the way around his neck. There was no slack in it. So anyway, he started running around. He was so happy. And at that time, God told me that I had to do something for him. That's how I felt. So anyway, I told him, do not put him back on the chain, and that I would be back, soon. So I had limited time down there, and I came back to America, and I looked up how to bring a dog from Mexico. And it said that you have to get them rabies shot. Come here, Tobes. Yeah, see? You beautiful boy. You beautiful boy. And so, from what I read, that was it. That's all you needed was a rabies shot, and if you're lucky. And so I got him a rabies shot. Then, not that trip, but when I had gone back, and I had taken one of my vehicles down there, and I was having some stuff done on it. And so so I took him, got a rabies shot, and then I asked the vet if I needed anything else. And they said, well, depending on, who's at the border, should be okay, but, may require other things. So anyway, the man, the mechanic that had him tied up, he actually gave him to me. You good boy, Topes. And because I asked him, I said, can I have your dog? I want to take him to America. And he said, okay. So, you good boy. So I threw him in the vehicle and I cut my trip short. I was going to stay like a week, but I just I wasn't sure what I could do with him. So I just thought, just put him in and go. When I got to the border, they they weren't they weren't interested in the dog because I said, hey, I'm on a dog rescue mission, and they said, we just want you to get out of the car and get your dog out. They just wanted to. I was actually in the motorhome. They wanted to search the motorhome. They thought, they had some big smuggle operation or something. And so, come on, Tab. So I let them search, and they had dogs and all kinds of stuff. And once we got past the border, they searched and they came back and said, okay, y'all can put your dog in and y'all are free to go. And so I put him in, and I remember we got past the border, and I couldn't believe it. I just felt like God had blessed us. And it was so exciting. And so we got to the first town outside of the border. It was, I don't know, an hour away or something. And I got him out and I let him run around a Walmart parking lot because I was like nobody. And he freaked out. He had never seen a huge wide open space, and he just ran full blast like for a long time. And it was so great. I mean, it almost brought tears to my eyes. I love him so much. So, hey, Chubbs. Sorry, I'm doing this with the cell phone, so I just got home. I just wanted y'all to see. His name is Toby, and I rescued him. He was in a real bad situation. He's so beautiful. I talked to a dog expert, and he said Toby is a Finnish Spitz, which is the national dog of Finland. So he's actually they're very expensive hybrid dogs. I asked him the next time I went, I asked that mechanic, I said, how did you get Toby? See, he's stuck to my leg like a leech. And he said he was a gift. Some lady gave him to him when he was little bitty, and that's all he knew about him. Well, look up Finnish Spitz, and this is what a Finnish Spitz looks like exactly. They're actually from the Volga River in Russia, and he's a beautiful specimen. And his tail, when it's up and it curls to the side, and it's everything exactly like a Finnish Spitz. He is so lovable. He's with me 24/7 unless I leave him at home. I mean, he's just so good. He was he was in a bad situation. He had a horrible life. Come on, Tobes. Come on, Tobes. Come on, Tobes. He's a beautiful guy. So, anyway, that's my story. I'll make some more of Toby, like on a nice day, so y'all can see him running around at the park or something. But please subscribe to my video, and this is my story of my rescue for a dog that needed help. He's beautiful. He's young. I think he's like 3 years old. And he was in a horrible, desperate situation. So I just made up my mind. I don't care what I've got to do. I'm going to get him and bring him back. I didn't care how much I had to pay, or I just didn't care. Whatever I had to do. So, thank you very much. Please subscribe. And this is the affection that you can get if you save an animal. My suggestion is don't ever buy a dog or an animal. Save one. The right situation will come along and you'll run across an animal